Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome again to Villanova. How many of you are here on the Villanova University campus for the first time? I would say that looks like about half of you. How many of you have been here what seems like 100 times before? Because your parents were alumni, or you came to all the women's basketball games. Well, whether you're here for the very first time or the 100th time, we are very, very glad that you took this magnificent day to come and explore Villanova University as what I hope will be your next educational home. So, as Matt said, I am Dr. Adele Lindenmeyr, and I have the honor of serving as the Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. I came to Villanova in 1987 as an assistant professor of history, and after many, many years of teaching and serving in various administrative roles, I am now beginning my 8th year as dean of this college. Our college, as you may know, is the oldest and largest at Villanova. When we were founded in 1842, it was as Villanova College. And approximately half of the entire undergraduate student body, or 3,400 students, are students in the college. We also boast about 2/3 of the entire Villanova faculty. We have over 400 full-time professors. As dean, I oversee 23 different departments, from astrophysics to theater and theology. These departments offer an incredible variety of academic programs, and if you don't see what you're interested in our huge list of offerings, let me know, and I will put it on our agenda. This afternoon, the open houses in the various departments and programs is something like a tasting menu. You'll have an opportunity to sample some of our abundant buffet of academic opportunities by visiting these departments and programs and meeting faculty who are affiliated with them. I can guarantee that you will leave our campus this afternoon with an appreciation of what is so special about the education that we offer. You may decide, it's not for you. Sometimes making a decision about the next 4 years of your life, it's really a decision from the heart and not so much an intellectual or rational decision. After all, in the United States, there are hundreds and hundreds. In fact, I think the number is about 4,000 institutions of higher education. You can get an outstanding education at most of them. But at Villanova, I believe, with all my heart, you get a really special educational experience here. What that is due to, really, is the principles, the values, and the beliefs that inspire all that we do. Naturally, we have an absolutely beautiful campus, as you can see. We, as the video and Matt mentioned, are located just several miles from the fantastic, multicultural, vibrant city of Philadelphia. We are in the top 50 in the rank of national universities. You may have heard of our basketball team, but in my view, by far the most important reason for you to seriously consider Villanova is our educational experience. Every organization, whether it's a nonprofit or a school or a company, should articulate its value proposition. And at the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, we call that the CLAS promise. It's the foundation of the liberal arts education that we provide. And here it is. CLAS cultivates knowledge, understanding, and intellectual courage for a purposeful life in a challenging and ever-changing world, through academic programs that are built on intellectual rigor, a global perspective, high-value skills, and meaningful success. To deliver this promise to our students, we pursue a strategy that combines the old with the new. Undergraduate education in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences is built on the timeless values of a liberal arts education, but fitted to 21st century needs and adapted to the rapid growth and diversification of information and knowledge. So you'll find our students and faculty studying Judeo-Christian thought or Western literary classics together, knowledge that has endured for centuries. But at the same time, our students venture into new realms, such as Arabic literature or Chinese language, feminist philosophy, or courses on topics such as genomics, cybersecurity, and subjects that didn't even exist 5 years ago. We don't prepare our students for specific jobs. We give them the knowledge, the skills, and the capabilities that ensure that they succeed in the rapidly changing workspace of the future. I'm sure you've read that we are in the midst of the fourth industrial revolution. We don't know what jobs will exist 10, 20 years from now. We need to educate our students so that they are prepared to be nimble and successful in the workplace of the future. Our strategy of uniting the values of a liberal arts education with cutting-edge knowledge and preparation for the future begins with our core curriculum. The courses in our core curriculum encompass a broad range of disciplines, from sciences to religion. Students learn how to study in depth, read with discernment and a critical eye, and intellectual sophistication. Our core courses focus not on facts, but on the achievement of a synthesis of knowledge and the development of intellectual curiosity that provide a basis for informed judgment and lifelong learning. And I'll repeat that. We design our core curriculum to build the foundation that enables our students to be successful, not just at Villanova, but throughout their lives. A second component of our strategy is to align academic opportunities with hands-on experiential learning. If you ask me to sum up in just a few words what distinguishes the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences from other institutions, those two words would be opportunity and collaboration. First, opportunity. Our job is to provide the opportunities that enable our students to set their own course and discover their passion and purpose. We invite our students to explore different disciplines through the comprehensive core curriculum. We like to think of our students as free-range thinkers. They may choose from over 40 majors and well over 50 minors, from statistics to creative writing. Our students often put together their own program of study, combining a science major with a humanities major, economics with global studies, or a major in Spanish or Chinese with an interdisciplinary concentration such as peace and justice. We also offer literally hundreds of diverse internships and service learning opportunities that help students connect the classroom with the work of work and service. You can even get a head start on a master's degree while you're here by taking graduate seminars for credit toward your bachelor's and your master's degree in any number of disciplines by taking these graduate seminars in your senior year. The second key word I mentioned and that I would like you to remember, it was mentioned in one of the videos, is collaboration. I believe collaboration is a special quality of Villanova education. It originates in our Augustinian ethos, which is the foundation of our culture. As mentioned already, but we cannot emphasize it enough, at Villanova we value cooperation over competition. We see this in the ways faculty invite students to collaborate with them in their research and in the learning communities for first and second year students, for example. Students here help each other in myriad ways. If you visit the Learning Commons on the second floor of the library, any time of the semester you'll see students tutoring other students in writing or physics or French. At Villanova, we believe that each of us succeeds when we all succeed together. But fortunately, you don't have to take my word for it. I'm very pleased to be able to introduce to you 4 members of our community who exemplify our culture of opportunity and collaboration. And the first of these is my friend and colleague, Dr. Kevin Minbiole, professor of chemistry and chair of the chemistry department, and his student, sophomore Lauren Amoo. Dr. Minbiole and Lauren.
Thanks, Adele. Hello, potential Villanova students, and hello, potential Villanova moms and dads. My name is Kevin Minbiole. This is Lauren Amoo. I teach organic chemistry at Villanova, which means that if any of you out there are pre-med or going to be biology or chemistry or biochemistry majors, maybe I'll see you guys sophomore year. I like to think of myself as a future Villanova dad. My wife and I have both taught here, and we have 4 young sons, and they don't all know it yet, but they're all coming here. And thank you, Dean Lindenmeyr, for the generous faculty tuition discount. But what I want to talk to you for a couple of minutes is a story about our oldest son. He's 15 now, but back when he was 2, he got a really bad case of poison ivy. Even worse, alongside that, he got a really bad case of MRSA. So a MRSA infection is an antibiotic-resistant staph strain that you probably know about. So the doctors gave him an antibiotic, and it didn't work. They gave him a second antibiotic, and it didn't work. And by the time they gave him the 4th antibiotic, my wife and I were looking at each other saying, well, how many do you think that they have? Well, it turns out that he was just fine, and he rebounded. But at that point, I decided to do a little bit of homework. And it turns out that MRSA infections are a pretty huge problem in the United States, and maybe a lot of you guys already know that. I also learned that about 2 million people a year in the United States go to the hospital and pick up an infection they didn't have when they walked into the hospital. And these are oftentimes drug-resistant bacteria, so about 100,000 people die in the United States from this sort of infection. So what the heck are we doing wrong? Well, it turns out that it's really easy to hand off bacteria back and forth in a hospital. And a lot of what we're doing to kill the bacteria isn't working very well. We use things like Lysol and compounds like it to clean hospital rooms and operating rooms between patients. But things like Lysol haven't really changed since they were invented in 1935. Bacteria are always changing, attempting to and frequently succeeding in coming up with ways to get around them. And COVID, of course, has placed viral infections in everyone's mind. So what we're doing in our research lab at Villanova is coming up with what I like to call Lysol 2.0. So we're building compounds that are way better at killing bacteria than anything else you can buy. Now, we're not making antibiotics or anything that goes into a person. It's much simpler. It's just the disinfectants, which is really the first line of defense against these bacteria. You'd use these to clean the hospital room or swab the floor or wipe your counter, so like Lysol wipes. And if you also have 4 sons, you probably use a lot of Lysol wipes. In my mind, with great disinfectants, fewer people will need antibiotics. So we've come up with some pretty amazing things in our research lab, and I don't do any of it. I pretty much stand there and look good. It's all the Villanova students who do it, like Lauren, who's going to be talking in a minute. Lauren's a sophomore biochemistry major who's going to take the microphone. Students in my lab have now built over 700 different new disinfectants that have never been made before. We build them, we ship them to Emory University next to the CDC for testing, and it turns out that some of these are the best antiseptics that have ever been built. And we've gotten them so that they're really inexpensive to construct. They're great at killing MRSA, they disrupt those nasty bacterial biofilm sludges, and yes, they do seem to kill viruses. We've had enough progress that we've already got 3 patents, we're working on a 4, we've had a couple of dozen publications, all using technology built by Villanova students. So we're going to see if we can build these into disinfectants to actually get out into hospitals. We're working with a large chemical company to try to bring our compounds towards market. Basically, in the last 2 years, the demand for novel disinfectants has grown tremendously. But to be honest, my favorite part about this whole thing, other than trying to keep 2-year-olds safe, is that a couple of dozen times in the past couple of years, Villanova students have gotten really excited about this kind of chemistry, joined my lab, and found out really cool things. So I try to make sure that each of them has a scientific publication before they graduate. They do the research, they help write the paper, they publish the results, ideally before whatever is next for them after Villanova, be it medical school, a PhD program, whatever it is. Actually, a few years back, I had 3 simultaneous graduates who headed off to doctoral programs at Penn, Yale, and Cornell, and they've all recently finished their doctorates. And actually, just 5 days ago, something pretty cool happened. Lauren, you want to talk about it?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lauren. I'm a sophomore biochemistry major, and as Dr. Minbiole was saying, a couple of days ago, I was a co-author on a paper that we just submitted, which is pretty cool since I just started my sophomore year. Over the summer, I got to participate in undergraduate research, and it was a paid internship on campus, and I got to learn from the master's students and upperclassmen that we have in the lab. One thing I think that's really cool about Villanova is that they really focus on the undergraduate research, and you get firsthand experience so early. Like for me as a freshman going into the lab, it's super cool to be able to say, oh, I really like this. I like organic chemistry. I know most people don't say that, but I do. So it was really cool to get that firsthand experience and to know that so early in my collegiate career, and also to hopefully be published very soon. So it's really nice to meet all of you.
So you can see that Villanova students are pretty amazing, so you should really consider coming here. If you do come here, there's just really endless opportunities that you can jump in and do to ignite change, to get into the lab, or write a book, or analyze a historical text, and just do something awesome and make a real difference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Minbiole and Lauren. I think you're beginning to see why I love my job so much. The second pair of Villanovans I'd like you to meet are Kate Szumanski, the Director of Professional Development in the college's Office for Undergraduate Students, and an alumna of the college, another double one, and her student and partner in this presentation, Sarah Fetter. They are going to speak about other kinds of opportunities we offer our students, in case working in a biochemistry lab is not on the top of your list. And they are going to speak about internship and career-related opportunities that we offer in the college. Kate and Sarah.
Thank you very much, Dean Lindenmeyr. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted to be with you today. My name is Kate Szumanski. It's an honor for me to serve as the college's Director of Internships and Professional Development in the Office for Undergraduate Students, or OUS as we often shorten it to. We serve as the undergraduate academic advising, professional development, and student support services hub in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. I'm thrilled to speak with you today about career and professional development options and opportunities available to students who study the liberal arts and sciences at Villanova. Following my brief remarks, I'll introduce to you an incredible current student, senior political science major Sarah Fetter. Sarah will share with you her academic and professional development journey at Villanova, and I know that we'll all gain many, many valuable insights from Sarah's transformative experiences with us. Maybe you're thinking to yourselves, internships, careers, professional development, my goodness, I'm only beginning the college search process. I am not ready to have the careers conversation just yet. Or maybe you are ready and eager to begin these conversations, or to continue these enlightening conversations about meaningful, fulfilling, and important work outside of the classroom. It's a false dichotomy, isn't it, to suggest that a student's academic journey is separate and apart from their professional development one. Here in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences at Villanova, a student's academic and professional development journeys are integrated. They're intertwined. Academic advisors and professional advisors like me work together to support students as they think about what success looks like in college and beyond. We want students to approach career conversations the way they approach their academic coursework, with passion, with rigor, with curiosity, with intention and excitement. So what does professional development mean in our context? Professional growth and development can mean arriving to class and work on time, dressing appropriately for occasions, being engaged and actively participating no matter where you are, caring about others, caring about one's own work, writing and sending clear, complete, and polite email messages to your supervisor at work or to your teacher or professor, using technology appropriately, and much, much more. But perhaps most importantly, it means the process of discovering one's professional calling. What's meaningful? What matters to you? What problems do you seek to solve in our world? What energizes and excites you? A large part of professional growth and development is the building and demonstration of career readiness skills that future employers across all industries will want to see in you someday. And interestingly enough, and this is no accident, these are the very same skills that you'll cultivate as a student of the liberal arts and sciences: critical thinking, problem solving, communication, teamwork, a strong work ethic, leadership. How do you develop these skills as a student? The good news is that liberal arts and sciences students are uniquely positioned to grow and nurture these skills in powerful ways through their academic coursework in a range of disciplines. Through your discussions of great literature and historical texts, you develop critical thinking skills. By writing essays and research papers, you enhance your abilities to think and write clearly and critically, to discern fact from fiction. In your statistics, calculus, labs, and science classes, you develop essential problem solving and quantitative and teamwork and collaboration skills, and the list goes on and on. In addition, students at Villanova have the opportunity to get involved in student organizations that help them enhance the same skills that employers seek and that help you excel as a student in the classroom, all while making valuable contributions to our campus community. All of this combined helps nurture your own professional growth and development. In OUS, we strive to help our students make sense of all of this information in 5 primary ways. We offer 1-credit professional development courses. We offer internships and other work experience. We host career development workshops and special events. We offer students leadership opportunities through a myriad of organizations, and we have on and off-campus partnerships as well. Let's look at professional development in the curriculum briefly. You may elect to enroll in an arts and sciences professional development course that focuses on creating a resume, researching internships, answering interview questions, leveraging social media for career success, and much, much more. We begin with questions. What problems do you seek to solve? Who are you? And who do you seek to be? What are you good at already? What do you seek to grow? What matters to you? And how will you make a difference in our world? And from there, we support you on your unique path. Remember, this is your path, yours to discover and create. Just like Dean Lindenmeyr explained, the world of work continues to evolve and change at a breakneck pace as technology of all kind reshapes the work humans do. We cannot predict the jobs of the future, but a liberal education will indeed prepare you to adapt and succeed in this ever-changing landscape. Through internships and research opportunities, you have a chance to explore a variety of careers in many fields, from law and justice, entertainment, marketing, and healthcare, to journalism, public health, government, technology, public policy, and finance, and everything in between. Opportunities and options, collaboration and discovery, finding meaning and purpose in one's work. This is our approach to professional development in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and I hope that you'll consider joining us on this amazing journey together. As I wrap things up, I'd like to leave you with this as you navigate the world of college admissions and the future. Follow your heart, stay true to who you are. Don't be someone you're not. Don't be afraid to change your mind once, twice, or 3 times. Keep that mind open. Challenge yourself and get out of your comfort zone and pursue a path both in college and beyond that fills you and the world with joy and purpose. Thank you so much. And now I am delighted to introduce to you Senior Sarah Fetter. Sarah studies political science and philosophy at Villanova, concentrating on ethics, politics, and law. Sarah spent her early childhood years in Puerto Madero, Buenos Aires, Argentina, and now lives in between Reading and Philadelphia. Sarah is the proud pet parent to 3 amazing dogs, an English Bulldog, a Great Dane, and a Pit Bull American Bulldog mix. Sarah spends a lot of time out of class working. But in her spare time, she enjoys creating art and listening to podcasts. This past summer, Sarah interned at the Tax Law Clinic at Villanova University's Charles Widger School of Law, working 40 hours each week. And this is how I got to know Sarah, through her weekly internship assignments, which were simply brilliant. Sarah shared with me this powerful piece of information. Few Latinx people, about 4%, and particularly Latinas, roughly 2% overall, comprise the legal field. Sarah seeks to fill that space, not just for representation purposes, but also as a personal goal. Sarah will be the first in her immediate family to attend and graduate college, and the first to attend law school. Sarah's dream is to build her own law firm someday, although she isn't sure in which area of law. She also would like to write critical pieces for a law journal and perhaps do legal research in Argentina someday. I am incredibly proud and humbled to share the microphone today with Sarah. Please join me in welcoming her and honoring her many, many achievements by listening attentively to her amazing story. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Okay, well, thank you so much for the introduction. Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Fetter. I'm very honored to be speaking in front of you all today, and I hope that some parts of my story can resonate with some of you. So I started my college searches the first quarter of my junior year in high school, and I feel like it's very easy to feel small in such a large environment. I know I felt small walking across campus as a high schooler, but in hindsight, I think it's important to stress that the difference between the person I was then and who I am now is that feelings of smallness can only make room for growth. And just as Dean Lindenmeyr said, when decisions are made from the heart, I knew that Villanova was the campus for me, so I applied early decision. But I had to start freshman year a semester late for mental health reasons. And because of that, I missed freshman orientation, I missed community building activities, I missed the luau where everyone tends to make friends. And coming onto campus in the spring, I noticed that everyone had settled into gear except for myself. This gave me anxiety, and so in the first 2 years, I actually acted on my social anxiety. I spent time to myself, I focused on my classes, and I tended to keep my head down. But I stress the mental health aspect of my experience because first and foremost, mental health should never be taboo, but also because attention to mental health is a key development to anyone's personal and professional development, not just my own. Allowing ourselves to be vulnerable makes space for healing, and it enables us to fully occupy those spaces in which we felt small. I also must credit Villanova's Office of Undergraduate Students, as well as the Campus Counseling Center, for allowing me to be vulnerable, and for meeting with me regularly to discuss my concerns and help me achieve my goals. This campus has a solid network of individuals who respond graciously to mental health and offer support where it's needed. But by the same token, vulnerability requires that we must ask for help, and so I'm grateful that I did that. I often hear college seniors sharing stories of what hit them in the face, so to say, so allow me to share mine. It wasn't until my junior year when I had to drop a class that I really, really loved, just so I could manage. This was when COVID was first ramping up, and all of my classes had transitioned online, except for just one. I had been working 2 off-campus jobs to support myself as an independent student, and in the spring, I had gotten rear-ended while parallel parked on a street. A month after that, I broke my foot on a weekend trip. So I guess what hit me in the face after all of this was the decision to do an internship for credit this past summer at a Charles Witzer School of Law, as well as where I met the lovely Miss Kate Szumanski. To make up for the semester I missed, I had to work 450 hours for 9 credits, or 40 hours a week from May to August, and I managed to do all of that with a walking boot. My internship at the law school let me focus on my professional passion, which was pursuing law and helping those in need, instead of working multiple jobs that didn't really feel fulfilling for me. And when you're in the thick of it, you might not recognize your personal and professional development until they're in hindsight. And as a society, I feel like, as an individual myself, we're so focused on being productive, on going. But if my broken foot taught me anything, it was the importance of slowing down and analyzing those aspects of your life that you feel aren't serving you. For example, I was able to leave those 2 jobs that hadn't been serving me so I could pursue new passions on this beautiful campus. I was able to get the ball rolling for a new Latinx and Hispanic pre-law society to promote Spanish-speaking representation and encourage education in the legal profession. I've made new friends and I've had meaningful conversations during professors' office hours, which I encourage all of you to take advantage of in college. And I'm continuing my position at the law school doing intake calls for pro bono clients, interpreting for Spanish communication, and managing their case files. I have networked with incredibly talented Villanova alumni through campus programs like Handshake, which you'll learn about, and I'm speaking now in front of you all, something I probably would not have considered my freshman or sophomore year. Many Villanova professors and staff have witnessed and facilitated my growth here, and this campus and its programs have allowed me to flourish as a young adult. I'm so thankful for my experiences in my college career, considering even the seemingly bad ones have opened doors for my future. I'm so thankful to be here as well, in hopes that you've heard the lessons I've learned and can apply them to your own college careers. And I thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Kate and Sarah. Sarah, you are a very hard act to follow. Thank you for those heartfelt words, and what an example of resilience, just extraordinary. I have one more very special person to introduce to you, and that is another colleague and dear friend, Associate Dean and Professor of English, Crystal Luckey. I obviously have a big job on my hands with 400 plus faculty and almost 3,500 students and all those different programs we've been telling you about, and pandemics and basketball championships. But fortunately, I have an extraordinary team of collaborators and coworkers, of whom Dr. Luckey among whom she holds a very special position. So Dr. Luckey's going to talk to you about this Augustinian culture that we talk so much about, and I think she's going to give you some insight into how it makes us so special. Dr. Luckey.
Good afternoon to all of you. I see we've got people on this side as well. And thank you, Dean Lindenmeyr. I agree with Dean Lindenmeyr. Both Sarah and Lauren, you all are amazing, amazing students. I agree. And I've counted a great privilege to be able to work and to support not only students like Lauren and like Sarah, but to get to work with Dean Lindenmeyr and people like Dr. Minbiole and Kate Szumanski. Their passion is representative of the culture we proudly cultivate in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. And this culture is an extension of our unique Augustinian Catholic tradition and rests on 3 guiding principles. And so I want to leave you with these 3 principles. The first is veritas, the Latin word for truth. In the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, we believe that education is not only the search for truth, it is also the way to distinguish true knowledge based on facts and evidence from false propositions arising from hearsay, prejudice, or propaganda. And I think that even in listening to the way that Dr. Minbiole set up the basis for his research, and even the way that Lauren came and joined in her work, or even the way, as I was listening to Sarah, the way that she put together and was sort of stitching together the meaning of her experiences, I think it's evidence of the kind of way that we approach Veritas. The second principle is unitas, or unity. And unitas points to the ways we solve problems in CLAS by bringing different disciplines together. I think of my own work as a scholar of 19th and 20th century African-American literature, but not only literature, but culture, and the ways that my approach as a scholar that's thinking about interdisciplinary aspects of African-American life and culture, or the way that we put together environmental science with ethics, or the intersection of history, literature, politics, all the ways that you can explore wide-ranging questions of health or mental health within the humanities disciplines. The third principle, and for me is perhaps the most important, is that of caritas, or love. One of the most important ways we demonstrate caritas at Villanova University, and specifically in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, is the ways that we attempt to create an inclusive community. This is very important to all of us in the college. We don't claim that we are perfect, we are not, but we value each other as whole persons. We consider each other, faculty, students, staff, as whole persons who are worthy of dignity and respect. And we share so many common traits, but we also understand that we have unique and diverse experiences, backgrounds, and perspectives. So we strive to create intellectual, extracurricular, and social spaces that enable students and faculty, and even our staff that support the college, to thrive as authentic, developing people. In the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, I hope you find this as you spend your day today, that we offer many innovative and exciting ways for you to explore your interests. As I think both Sarah and Lauren have sort of inspired us to do, to ignite your passions and to know that you'll all be supported by our cherished Augustinian values that are designed to prepare you to impact the rapidly changing world that you are going to live in. Thanks so much for your time, and again, welcome to Villanova.
Well, thank you so much for your patient attention. I hope we've given you a sense of the excitement with which all of us really arrive on campus every day, and the deep affection that we have for this institution. Imperfect as it is, we still, though, are part of becoming what Villanova is not yet. I encourage you, please, to visit the Office for Undergraduate Students, which is located on the first floor of the St. Augustine Center. You have all of these 50-odd programs and different disciplines to sample this afternoon. I understand campus tours are running 3 o'clock, starting 3 o'clock, Matt? 3 to 3:45, and if you want a campus tour, where would you go? In front of Kennedy Hall. Don't forget the good people of the Office of Admissions, who are right by Austin Hall. We hope you have a fantastic afternoon, and that perhaps we will be fortunate enough to see you next August as members of the class of 2026. Maybe some of you are juniors or younger, class of 27, class of 28. We will take you whenever you are ready. Good luck this afternoon, and thank you again for coming.